very much. So we're going to get started. And I just want to say, welcome, everyone. This is our third and last winter wellness webinar. And we will come back to these again in the spring. Isn't that a tricky name? Spring wellness webinars. But we have something really exciting to share with you when we get to the end, almost to the end of this webinar today. So I hope that you'll stay with us. And it's something that will be happening for February. And I'm going to let Jennifer share a little bit on that. Although I do have pictures behind me, Jennifer, if you need them. So I just want to remind you that the purpose of these webinars is to help you get acquainted with the oils that you have. Many of you have enrolled with essential oil kits, and we are going to be working today with one oil in particular called Digestion that generally comes in every kit. And then we're going to be working on weight loss, and some of that will include Digestion, kind of Terrazyme, etc. So we're going to focus today, as you know, on digestion and weight loss. I'd like to introduce to you some of the speakers and facilitators today, which are going to be Jennifer Davis, who is my right-hand woman. And she's the one who helps us with all of the emails that you receive, as well as technology issues, because she knows Lisa's techno-challenged and would die in the desert without her. So I'm so grateful for Jennifer. Plus, she is a rock star when it comes to the scientific terms and the science understanding of the oils. And then we have Kim Green, who is going to share an amazing testimony today on weight loss and what she's been doing. And then we have Ami, who is going to do a demonstration for us. Ami, you can wave at us. Your name is in there, though. There we go. Yeah. And I don't think we have anybody else that is a leader doing anything today, do we? I think it's the four of us. Then you have me, of course. And I think most of you know me. Okay, good. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and hand the baton. Here, I'll hand her digest tabs. There we go. And Jennifer's going to talk to us about 3 cool things. So go ahead, Jen.
Right, and I'm actually going to share my screen because I think that might be very helpful to have a visual. So let's talk about the 3 cool things about essential oils, and it's really, really simple. So the first cool thing is that they're safe. I think we kind of know this, but I just want to point out that the education that we're giving you is on doTERRA essential oils. And if you're in here, you're probably most likely using those. But if you ever do get the crazy idea to go get essential oils from somewhere else, just know that what we're teaching you isn't going to transfer over to those particular essential oils. So one thing that's really important to know that essential oils are 100% natural and safe. There are no side effects. There are no addictions. Has anybody had a prescription that they had a hard time getting off of because your body just became really dependent on it? I know I've done that with antihistamines and having trouble going to sleep at night because I didn't have that antihistamine in my system. So what I love about essential oils is if I can mix and match them and use them in different times. And so it's really effective that way. So they are extracts from plants with amazing health benefits. They're about 50 to 70 times more potent than herbs. Now, I love a good herbal tea, and there are benefits to that as well, but essential oils are just going to be way more powerful than that. To give you an idea of just how potent they are, it takes an acre of lavender to make, do you guys know how much essential oil an acre of lavender makes?
15 ml?
15 ml. Any other guesses? A liter. of essential oil.
1 acre.
Sounds like a lot, an acre. Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
it is a lot. So again, I just want to reiterate, we're talking about certified pure therapeutic grade. They go through a whole battery of tests to make sure that they are safe, they're potent, they're going to be effective, because we're using these essential oils not just because they smell good, but because we want to feel better. So and I'll just kind of touch on peppermint really quickly because it is one of our more favorites that we use every day. It's energizing, it promotes clear breathing, it cools the body, and it's great for head tension if you ever get that discomfort up in your head. It's Jennifer's #1 essential oil to use every single day. So put that one on your nightstand and just put a little bit on your tongue in the morning and drink a glass of water. So the second cool thing about essential oils is that they are effective. And I still have to laugh because every time I use something natural and it works, I'm always blown away because I think we're trained in society to think that natural is not effective. But here's the thing. It's actually more effective than than other modern approaches to health problems. And that's because essential oils permeate the cell membrane. So that is a good thing when it comes to essential oils, but fortunately the cell protects us from a lot of different things that are not good for it. And so this just goes back to why we want to make sure that we use really good quality essential oils, because if you're putting an isolated synthetic compound, which would be some of the others that you can find on the market, straight into your cellular biology, that can actually pose some risks for you. So we want to make sure we are using good quality essential oils. And so when that essential oil gets into the cell, I'm gonna go a little sciencey on you. Your cells in the different parts of your body like different things, and they like different essential oils. You don't need to know that because your essential oils are very, very, they're kind of intelligent in how the body interacts with them. And so they're going to naturally be attracted to maybe the cardiovascular system or the fat cells or the mucous membranes. It just depends on the essential oil. And so it's also going to be helpful for the different effects, different parts of
Hold
the
on, we
essential
need
oil.
to, hold on, mute, mute, mute. Okay, go ahead, Jen.
And then also the different functionalities in the cells are impacted differently by different essential oils. So that's why we like to have a handful that we use on a regular basis. On Guard is the next featured one. We use this almost every day this time of year because it's so good at promoting a healthy immune function just by using it every day. And we talked about this in webinar 1, how just using On Guard on a regular basis is just going to help us stay healthy. It's very soothing for a sore throat. We actually had this a couple of days ago. My 8-year-old didn't want to go to school. I could tell, but I could tell her throat was a little iffy. And so we just put the On Guard with some coconut oil on her throat. And she came back later that day and told me that she had such a great day at school and her throat didn't bother her at all. So, check mark for essential oils. And then also this one's a really good cleansing essential oil for your home. So that's the second cool thing about essential oils. Now, the third cool thing about essential oils is that they are affordable. And this is probably the one thing that we find people do not believe us about. But here's the thing. When you use an essential oil, you're only using a drop, sometimes less, depending on the situation, and they are literally pennies per dose. And there are 250 drops of doses in that bottle of essential oil. So they do last you quite a bit. And our job as essential oil educators is to help you use those essential oils effectively. And when we're doing that, we're using them efficiently. So we're not dropping 10 drops of essential oil for a problem. We're learning to use just 1 drop effectively for the situation. And so because of that, we end up saving hundreds of dollars a year in medical costs because what they have discovered is that homes that use natural remedies are 80% less likely to go visit a doctor because they try stuff at home first before taking that route. And that's definitely our philosophy in my home. We give our natural stuff about 3 days. And if we're not turning a corner, we usually try to get into the doctor and see what's going on there. So we do want to be a little smart there as well.
Excellent.
And so lavender is also one of my top daily essential oils because it's calming for the mind, it's calming for the skin, and it's also my favorite essential oil for when I'm feeling a little sneezy, or maybe I've been exposed to my cats too long or something, and so lavender just kind of helps me with that. But the number one reason why I encourage lavender every single day is how it assists the body in bringing those cortisol levels down, which is a stress hormone that is the root cause of 90% all diseases. So if we can keep that cortisol levels down and support healthier, functioning there, then we're going to feel a little bit better. So those are the 3 cool things about essential oils. Now, Lisa, did you want me to talk about the 3 ways that we use them?
Yes.
Okay.
Safety. Yes.
Okay, so the next thing I want to cover is the 3 ways that we use them. And so if you are, we're going to go into this a little bit more, but this is an area where we also get a lot of questions. So the first way that we want to use them is aromatically. When we breathe those essential oils in, they affect our limbic system, which then in turns helps support the entire body. So it's going to help our mood. Do you have moody people in your home? I know I do. And so we use a lot of orange oil in the diffuser. It's also very cleansing to the air. I made something in cast iron the other day, and boy, did it make the house smell. And so I was diffusing a lot of lemon because lemon is really cleansing. And then also supporting the respiratory system, I use something at night that's going to help me breathe better. And then topical usage. This is when we have a problem somewhere on our body that hurts and we use the essential oil on that spot. Now, there are 3 places we never want to put essential oils. Do you guys know where they're at? Lisa, where are the 3 places?
You don't want to put them directly, like pour them into the ear canal, and you don't want to put them in your eyes. And the 3rd place, I forgot the 3rd place. Help me, Jennifer. I need more coffee. Oh, directly in your nasal cavities, of
There
course.
We go.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
I've heard stories about neti pots and essential oils, and I'm like, if you want to try something, you're not going to get that advice from me, just because once an essential oil is in the sinus cavity, there's no way to get it out. You just got to ride it through if it's uncomfortable, which takes about 30 minutes. So the other thing is when we use them topically, we can use some fractionated coconut oil to help dilute it. And when we dilute an essential oil, we actually slow down the absorption. So it lasts longer. We're less likely to have any kind of irritation to the skin, but also it keeps that essential oil from rising off the skin and we lose the benefit there. So we can do that. I use a lot of oils without coconut oil. So this is an area where you might want to experiment or just ask us like case by case basis if you have specific questions. And then internal usage. There's a lot of controversy out there, but the research on internal usage is just rising, and it's getting kind of exciting to see how effective our essential oils are when we use them internally. We can put a few drops in water, but there's a rule here. You only want to use glass or stainless steel when you do this.
Yes.
Or you can open up a little veggie cap and drop your oils in if you're wanting to deal with something kind of deeper in the body with your body systems. And then under your tongue is the most effective way to get an essential oil to your brain and to your body systems as well. Because if you flip your tongue up, you can see those big, juicy blood vessels underneath there. When we get essential oils into that spot, they just go straight into the bloodstream really, really fast. Now, there is a quick tip I'm going to give you because we're asked all the time, how do you know which essential oil you can take internally and what you can't? Really easily. And I don't know if anybody has 2 bottles they can pop up. On the bottle, you'll notice on the label, it says supplemental facts. There you go. So Lisa and Kimberly popped them up there. So supplemental facts let you know that that essential oil can be used internally. That's actually an FDA requirement that if you're going to put something in your body or you're going to eat it or consume it, you have to have that supplemental facts on there. So if you flip your bottle over and you see that that isn't on there, like for breathe or balance, then you know you're not going to use that one internally.
Where's that? There it is. Yeah. Wintergreen, especially.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But if you accidentally grab breathe instead of peppermint and you pop it in your mouth, don't worry. It's not going to hurt you. It's going to taste terrible. Who's gotten balance in their mouth? That's gross. You don't want to do that. But anyways, if you do it, it's not going to hurt you. Just don't make a practice of it, okay? All right. So those are the 3 ways that you can use essential oils. So Lisa, you take it from here.
Yeah, excellent. Thank you. Can you stop share on your screen for me, sweetie? Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to get right into digestion. And my focus is on my 2 favorite products. We have a plethora of products that will help with digestion. Before I go on, I want to go back to peppermint, which is also one that will work for your digestion. And Jennifer had shared with you that there are about 250 to 280 drops per peppermint bottle. But she triggered me, and I wanted to let you all know that one time I poured a peppermint bottle out for a vendor fair. I got 300 drops out of my bottle. So, you know, they pretty much do like an estimation. But 1 drop of peppermint, how many of you have done the peppermint experience? Did we do that when we first began with the webinar? Does anybody remember? I think we did. Yeah. If we didn't, get with the person who invited you and they'll show you how to do the peppermint experience. But peppermint is excellent if you have tummy issues. It's also good because I know somebody here that isn't feeling well today, so I just wanted to throw this out. Peppermint on the bottom of your feet can bring fevers down. And then if you have head tension, I will try to be compliant there. What you can do is take a drop of peppermint and drag it over your forehead, drag it down the sides, your temples here on the temples, put the rest of it on the back of your neck. So yeah, just the way that Jennifer did it. You want to stay away from your eyes. Remember, when you're done, don't do this, right? Okay, but if you do, one thing Jennifer didn't share with you is you can run into your kitchen. Usually people will have an organic olive oil, an organic coconut oil, maybe an avocado oil. And of course, doTERRA has fractionated coconut oil, but some of you I know don't have that yet. So if you don't, you can use those food grade oils and you can actually rub a little bit right into your eye and it will take the sting. It'll be a little bit fuzzy for a while if you use your food grade, but anyway, you can pour fractionated coconut oil directly into your eye with no problem. So wanted to share that with you. What we're going to do right now is I'm just going to share with you, what does Digestion do? And this is where Lisa is going to use non-compliant terms, okay? Terms. So the top uses are bloating, gas, heartburn, nausea and indigestion, reflux and colic, dry or sore throat. Believe it or not, you can use Digestion for a dry or sore throat.
Or congestion.
Yes, yes. Morning sickness and heartburn, motion and travel sickness, which will be my testimony to you in just a few minutes, colitis and irritable bowel, diarrhea and constipation, Crohn's disease and chronic fatigue. That's pretty amazing, isn't it? Food poisoning, cough and sinus congestion. So that's where Jennifer was sharing with you. We have found that 1 drop of Digestion when we're having sinus issues, drug over, what are the things that are in there called, Jennifer, the lymphatic? Like, isn't there lymphatic stuff in here? Not in there.
No.
Okay.
No, but
Sinus
you've got
cavities?
pressure points
Yes.
that you can push and move things around.
Yes. So I have found many people got relief from doing that. Yeah, sinus cavities, thank you. The lymphatic system, I'm thinking here. That's, yeah, I was, yeah, and under your arms, and yeah, sorry about that. All right, so those are wonderful. And if you have any specific questions on how you would use the oil for that, again, go back to the person that invited you, or you could even reach out to me if you want to. Okay, so the other thing that is so amazing about the topics that we have been choosing is essential oils are good physically and emotionally. And today I thought that you might find this information very powerful in light of the world that we live in, right? Okay, so Digestion was formulated to support the body's digestive system. It also has a powerful emotional quality for supporting individuals who lack interest in life and the physical world. The individual may have a tendency to take on too much at once. This overload of information and stimulation may lead to an emotional form of indigestion. How many of you have just been wandering around with your tummy going, oh, dear Lord, what is going to happen? Just that anxiety, that stress. Even at my chiropractor's office this morning, she shared with me the cortisol levels in people are out the roof right now. So many of us are finding, which is why this again is so pertinent, we are putting on weight because our metabolism, everything is just being like, oh, what's going to happen? What's going to happen, right? So this is amazing, so amazing. The soul literally becomes overfed and undernourished as it cannot translate its experiences into a usable form. When individuals are fully overwhelmed and overstimulated, they may lose their appetite for food, life, and the physical world in general. They may become apathetic about their situation and begin neglecting their body's basic needs. Digestion combines powerful oils to support the body and the spirit in assimilating new information and events. It increases one's ability to receive new information, new relationships, and new experiences, and be open to new possibilities. This blend aids individuals in digesting life's many experiences. Isn't that amazing? Oh, I love essential oils. Love, love them. Lisa's personal testimony. This is my favorite. These are called Digest Tabs. Can you see them okay? My light is bright, isn't it? Okay, so these are chewable. And I have had the most great adventures with my team. I get to travel to different places, convention, leadership. We've been to Atlanta, Georgia. We've been to Utah many times. But the funny thing is the minute I get on an airplane and I get out of my home, everything in my stomach goes wonky. Even when it's a wonderful time and I'm so excited to be with my friends and we do crazy things, and you all should join the team and come to convention and do crazy teams. Like we eat chips and quack like a duck and we sing at pictures.
Well, that's only if you're with me though.
No, it's not only with her. I have things up my sleeve too, but that was Jennifer's idea and it was brilliant. Anyway, I have to have these and take them with me, and they settle my tummy. They taste a little bit like licorice because it's anise that is one of the primary ingredients in these Digest Tabs, but I love them and it settles me every single time without fail. It's also good if you're feeling something at home. I was feeling nauseated a couple of weeks ago. I can't remember if it was something I ate or if it was an emotional experience. And I dropped 2 of these in my tummy, chewed them up, and in 5 minutes or so, I just felt so good. These are a must-have, okay? So on that note, what I'd like to do is give Ami a moment to share her digestive testimony and what she does. And I think she's actually going to do a modeling of some kind for us, correct, Ami? Okay,
Yeah.
you go ahead. I'm going to put myself on quiet.
Okay. So I'm going to talk about Terrazyme, our wonderful digestive enzymes. And so I've had for many, many years big problems with gas, nervous stomach, and because of the nervous stomach, I would have indigestion. But I learned through our continuing ed classes that I would, give the enzymes a chance because I realized I had an unhealthy gut. So what I did was I started on these, and all you have to do is especially 30 minutes before you eat, I take one and then drink some water. Okay, now, especially with the enzymes, oh wait, that didn't go down. When I take supplements, I usually just take a little sip of water. That's not a good idea, especially with the enzymes. Take a couple of really good chugs, or 4 ounces is probably pretty good. Oh, okay. So, but my testimony about taking these enzymes is that after I did, that was another layer of my health of being complete. When I did the lifelong vitality, I did the oils for extreme stress. But when I took the enzymes, I go, oh, okay, that's it. That was like the last piece of the puzzle. And I felt really good, really good. But I just continued to take enzymes and everything like that. I continued to take my stress oils because, sometimes people think, hey, or I think, hey, I'm okay, so I don't need it. It's like, no, wrong. Something happens. It's like, oh, okay, I really need to take these. So I take it, I probably say 90% of the time I remember to take my enzymes before I eat for complete health.
Yes.
And that's my portion.
How many of you know that when we get in our 30s, and Jennifer can correct me on this because she's so good at the science, but I believe it's in our 30s, we begin to lose enzymes in our digestive tract. The enzymes that we have in there are breaking down the food that we're eating and actually turning it into a nutritional form. And as we lose it, we're not getting the nutrition that we need. Food isn't breaking down the way that it should. So taking Terrazyme, and in fact, sometime I'd love to do a Kelly Bruni and have her come on here and share how much Terrazyme has changed her life. I don't know if there are a couple of us on here where we started with something and we ran out and we thought, oh, I don't need to replace that, right? Oh my goodness. I have heard testimony after testimony regarding the difference that this makes. And you just heard it from Ami. Didn't you just say, Ami, was that you that said it made the difference? It was the thing that made the difference. And every once in a while, people will run out and then learn the hard way. So Jennifer, do you have anything to add? Because I know you say this stuff so much better. Go ahead.
So I just cannot stress the importance of enzymes because it takes an enzyme to make every single action in your body. You have enzymes that start the inflammatory response. You have enzymes that tell a mom when the baby is ready to be born. So you have enzymes that are happening. That's real, not enzymes.
Gonna say really?
I said the wrong word. Yeah, enzymes. Sorry, that is the right word. Jeez, somebody distracted me out in front of the window. So yes, it takes that to produce an action in the body. So in order for your body to digest food, you need digestive enzymes. Well, the problem is we're eating food that doesn't have enzymes in it. Now, if you are totally plant-based, everything you eat is uncooked and whole, you're probably getting plenty of enzymes. But if you're not and you're cooking your food, there's nothing in it. So when you eat it and there's no digestive enzymes, what ends up happening is your body takes metabolic enzymes and converts them over. So the body's smart. It's always going to find a way. But then we don't have as many metabolic enzymes, and so we get a sluggish digestive process. And then we have food that just sticks in the gut and we look bloated. we get tired, our immune system isn't functioning as well. So there's lots of things that impacts. And so she mentioned taking the enzymes before a meal. The other thing that you can do is take them on an empty stomach to help deal with some of that undigested food particles in the gut. And so what I do is I'll do it for like a month, really hardcore. And then I'll do a month of just doing it on an empty stomach. And then I'll go another month and do it with food. And then I just kind of go back and forth. So that's what I do with those. So Terrazyme
What
is really important
difference-
for everyone.
What difference do you find on an empty stomach versus a full stomach? Do you find any difference?
So I have a difference. And I notice when I use it on an empty stomach, I have less sugar cravings.
Excellent.
So
Excellent. Good.
unless you have cake one weekend and then you got to just rough it and go without sugar for a week and kind of even yourself out again.
Is this a confession?
No, not at all. I don't know who does that.
So funny. Thank you, Jennifer. And now I'm going to turn it over to Kimberly. So that's it for Digestion. But before I turn it over to Kimberly, I forgot, and I didn't share with the gals what I wanted to do. I have 2 Digestions that I would be delighted to give away to those of you who are new to doTERRA, not those of you who have been with us, for a good long while, our builders, etc. But those of you that are new, if you could tell me the 3 cool things about essential oil, I will mail one of these to you. So that would be, hello, lovely. I don't know your name because it says iPhone. You weren't here. So if you wanted to let the person know that invited you, I could send you a sample of the Digestion if you don't have it. Okay. But right now I'm asking Brenda, and wasn't there another? Oh, Elizabeth. Yeah. If you can remember what the 3 cool things were.
The affordable, the safe, and I forgot the third one.
That's okay. You got really close. Starts with an EF.
Effective.
Yes. Okay, Elizabeth, I'll get your address from Ami via
Okay.
Ami, right? And I will send you a Digestion. So, okay, cousin Brenda, if you want a Digestion, I will let you have a chance at the end to remember, but I can't ask you now because, you know. So I'll come back to you. In the meantime, Kimberly, go ahead and let us know. We're going to step into, by the way, weight loss. Kimberly's going to talk to us about weight loss now.
Hello. So I'm Kimberly Green, and I've been using doTERRA faithfully for over 7 years and have loved it. It's been life-changing for me, and I'm a premier builder. So today I'm talking about weight loss, like Lisa said, and what doTERRA offers to help with weight loss. Many things overlap with digestion, so I won't go into those because we've already heard about the Terrazyme. We didn't mention PB Assist, but I'll tell you what I've used. So for me, I was tired of staying at the same weight. I gained a lot of weight just because of the things that Lisa mentioned, how the digestive system will take metabolic enzymes and convert it so that your metabolism slows down. And I was frustrated with that, but I didn't want to get onto the diet roller coaster. I heard people, oh, this diet works and that diet works, but I didn't want to try something that wasn't going to work because, every year or so, a new diet program comes out, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I decided to try something new when Diane Shepherd, and she's a blue diamond above us, offered a 14-day sugar detox. And I was like, okay, it's 14 days. I love sugar. I have a terrible sweet tooth. I can't live without chocolate. Let's see what she says, right? So I tried it out, and not only did I find, I have a sweet tooth, but I also learned how your body processes sugar that you've stored when you don't. So your body wants to use for energy things that you, but if you leave sugar and white flour, those kinds of things out of your diet, your body starts to process the things that you have packed away for a rainy day. So I did the 14 days. And one of the things that I learned from her program was that you want to keep a food journal, not just keeping track of what you eat, but planning what you're going to eat. I didn't think I was an emotional eater, but many of us probably are without knowing it, where you go for food instead of dealing with your emotions. And so many of the things that I've learned about weight loss have to do with a lifestyle change I have to make, where I'm dealing with what I'm feeling and not just going for food to make me feel good. So one of the things that Diane provided was a wallet full of emotional oils. And I'm just going to go through those really quickly. Should I go over the first, the other products that we have for weight loss that have supported me?
No, we want to hear your testimony first, and then we can
Okay.
talk about some of those after.
Okay, so I
Yeah.
started keeping the journal. I skipped the sugar, and the 14-day detox was before Thanksgiving, and then we had a break, and then the 30th, like the Monday after Thanksgiving, we started in on You, Your Food, and Mood, and that is an 8-week program that there's a tuition for that, but because I did the 14-day detox, there was a half price deal. So I did that. And but you can still do this on your own. It's just, it takes a lot more discipline, but I really appreciate the support. I have lost 10 pounds and I'm kind of stuck there because I haven't eliminated all of the flour, but I have been sugar-free. I don't know. I've been sugar-free for at least 2 weeks completely. Like I've had an occasional here and there, but I found sugar-free chocolate. I found sugar-free hot chocolate. I use this thing called Creo Brew that Diane actually recommended. And I put that into a French press, and that's become like my hot chocolate treat with no sugar. And you would be amazed at all the different kinds of sugars there are. And she provided this wonderful list, but instead of worrying about all that's on the list, the only thing you want for sweetening is stevia and monk fruit. There's a couple others, xylitol and erythritol. I don't know what those are. I don't know how to find those, but I know how to find monk fruit and stevia. I already had stevia in the house. And if I make brownies in the near future, like I have a wonderful black bean brownie mix recipe I'm going to try, we'll let you know how that turns out. But I'm going to use monk fruit in that. Anyway, I've been able to lose 10 pounds so far. And I think if I buckle down in the 21-day challenge that's coming up in February, that I'll do even better. So I'm promising myself to do my journaling every day, not just addressing what I eat, but also digging down into what I'm feeling and using my oils for emotions. So let me tell you about the emotion oils real quick. So the first one I have on my list here is cheer. Cheer is really good for hopeless and the heavy heart. And there's console. It's good for traumatized and emotional pain. Forgive. I didn't think I needed that one because I didn't like it so much, but it's great for anger, for critical spirit, and for bitterness. I'm like, oh, okay. I don't like it, but I need it. Motivate has been, I know, right? Motivate has been one of my favorites. It's really great for feeling discouraged or gloomy or weary. Then there's passion. It's good for if you're feeling joyless or having a lack of confidence. I love, love, love this one. My favorites are motivate, cheer, and passion. Then there's also peace for if you're feeling unsafe or insecure. And I love, love, love the new adaptive. It's great for feeling anxious or worry or fearful. Then an old standard that I love and I've been using for years is balance. It's really good for if you're feeling impatient or if you're crying or feeling overwhelmed. I love how Jennifer describes this one, using it for her little girls when they fight and just kind of sneaking up behind them and putting it behind their ears. I'm like, oh, that's perfect. I think I need that once in a while. Then there's bergamot. It's great for if you're feeling unlovable or if you're despairing or feeling unworthy. This one's just a plate. It's not a blend. It's a citrus oil. And then, of course, another great one that's an old standby is wild orange. It's a classic, but we love it. And it's really good for feeling scarcity, if you're feeling discouraged or just sad. So those are the oils
These are
that I've been using.
triggers.
Yes. So
So
these are triggers
everything
that
that you
would send
shared
me
is
to the snack box.
okay. And
I would run for the piece of chocolate or.
are they common to everyone, Kim? So everybody got the same oils?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she's not opening that program up in February. I thought she was going to open it up again in February, but she's going to stick with the group she has at the moment and then open it up later after the 21-day challenge. So when that
Okay.
becomes available, I will put it on the team page so that everyone can start it. The 14-day detox was you pay $10 and you participate every day in the website, just putting your comments in and how things are going for you. And at the end, she gives 2 winners. She'll divide that $10 entry fee kind of thing. She'll divide that between 2 different people. So you get there's like a prize drawing at the end for money. That was pretty cool. But then she'll open it up for people who want to do her your food and mood.
So
But if
you're
you're looking
saying
just for your weight loss, yes.
yeah. Let's just clarify this because, $5 each when you pay $10 doesn't make sense. So I believe what Kim was saying was all of the $10 that were paid in, every person that participated, that money was thrown into a pot and divided between 2
Yes.
people who experienced, or was it just a name drawing? She just drew names
It was a
at the end?
name drawing. Yes, she split the $10 that everybody put in the kitty and split the kitty between people who were entered in the drawing. And if you were entered in the drawing, if you participated in the 14 days on her website, putting in comments and
Sweet.
watching the videos and things like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Really cool.
So that's what has launched me into my weight loss.
That's awesome. And so, Kim, how often did you find yourself using your emotional oils? Did you have to stop and think about what am I feeling right now?
Yes,
And then
because
go
I bury my feelings. I don't think about my feelings. I just go throughout my day and just, I don't think about feelings. I'm really, really bad about reflecting and that's not me. But this has really kind of put me in the driver's seat, so to speak, so that I'm, I have to dig in and I'm not saying I've perfected it because like this week I've probably done it 3 times, not 5.
Okay.
But I'm working at it. And I realize that the more I do it, the more success I find. And I can go back and look at, okay, this is what I ate. This is what I was feeling. And I write down my weight as well. I check my weight every day.
Yeah. Yeah. One of the things that we know is that women are more emotional, and really stopping and figuring out what am I feeling right now is important, and it's a discipline, and it will really be helpful on any weight loss journey, because the truth is, like Kim said, she didn't think she was a comfort eater, but she ended up doing that. And I know as I've been listening to her, I became very aware of some things that I do just to check out. I'm just going to go and numb out, right?
Mm-hmm.
And for men, it's even more difficult. And I learned this from being in marriage counseling, over the years. Everybody should probably get a checkup every once in a while, right? Is that for men, they don't process the emotions well at all. Usually for men, they go from 0 to 60 depending on their personality type. And when they get to 60, they're angry. It's like, just all of a sudden they're normal, and then the next second it's anger. That's generally where men go. So it's a difficult thing. And one of my best friends, his name was James Trumbo, shared, Lisa, I had to stop myself and start thinking, what am I feeling right now? And then I started to articulate what his wife's name was Anne, what I was perceiving from Anne's words. And I was asking, is this what you mean? Because this is how I am receiving what you're saying. So you have to ask yourself those kinds of questions, what am I perceiving? And how is that affecting my actions right now? And that's, not just for food, that goes for everything. Emotions play such a powerful role in our lives, and they're fickle. One minute you're up here, angry, and the next minute you're laughing hysterically. It's just
And they affect your stress. They affect how you digest.
Yep.
If
your cortisol.
Emotions affect your digestion. So it all, it's amazing how interrelated, all the intersections our body has of how everything relates and works with. I just figured, I have a tummy ache, and I have a cold, and they're not, nothing's really, but I'm like, they're not just individual body parts. They work together very intricately.
Yes. Excellent. Kim, thank you. Okay. So what I'd like to do now, because we're getting close to our hour, is I'm going to give Jennifer the floor again, and we're going to talk about something really exciting that we want to do in February. Then when she's done, I have a special treat to share with you. And then after that, for those of you who would like to remain, I would love to share with you the opportunity that you have to become a sharer or an entrepreneur with doTERRA and perhaps join our team. So that'll be at the very end. I'll have a short presentation on that. Everybody else we will release and let go. But that's what you can expect in the next 20 minutes or so. Okay, go ahead, Jen.
So just want to say, because you're here, you are on our team. It's just that sometimes people want to do a little bit more on the team. And so we want to talk to you about that. So before she gets into that, I just wanted to really quick tip you off to something that we're doing. I'm a little nervous because we haven't organized it yet, but we are planning a nutrition challenge for the month of February. And doTERRA is doing one as well. So we're just going to come alongside and partner with that. So Lisa's got some stuff right behind her that we are super excited about. So here's the thing. I'm going to lay a truth bomb on you guys. Are you guys ready? All disease, not all disease. Let me requalify here. A big portion of disease can actually be corrected with diet. Yep. And proper nutrition. So we are all nutritionally deficient. If you've heard me talk about vitamins and supplements, I've said it a lot in there. And so what they've done is they've created a formulation of supplements that come in powder form. And this is really important because all supplements are not created equal. It comes down to bioavailability, which is how effective our body uses it. And so they've put protein, they've put fiber, and they've put greens into a powder that you can add to your smoothies. I don't know, could you add the chocolate protein to coffee or the vanilla one? I'm not even sure. I'm not a coffee drinker. Or, your favorite non-dairy milk. So there's some really cool stuff there. Lisa, did you try one of those?
Yes, I've tried all of them. I love them.
Which one is your favorite?
Okay, so my favorite, believe it or not, is the greens.
Really?
And yeah, we had greens before, and I love doTERRA with all my heart, but they made you want to puke. Seriously,
yeah,
they were
was
bad.
Really bad. And I still have that canister of those greens, and I'm just like, I don't know what to do with them. Maybe feed them to the cat.
Yeah, they were bad. Yeah.
So anyways, I'm super excited about it. Does it have a specific flavor?
So the one that kind of rises to the top is the pineapple. You see the pineapple there? Yeah, so it has pineapple, and I'm not sure what the red picture is. It's got kale and spinach. Does anybody know what that red?
I think it might be like papaya or
Looks
Yeah.
like goji berries.
cherry. There's a Aceola
goji
cherry
berry.
in there, so it
Yeah,
could be
Yeah.
that.
like goji.
All of the list is here,
Goji
but I
berry.
didn't see anything that looked red.
Goji
Okay,
berries,
so it's,
Lisa.
Goji
what is
berry.
it, honey?
It's goji berries.
Goji
So,
berries?
Yeah.
I
So
don't see 'em.
anyways,
They're dried.
That would be in the superfood blend. Did you read through the superfood blend?
No, this is pineapple, mango, guava,
Mango.
acerola cherry. Maybe those are the
Aceola cherry would be red.
cherries.
What's in the superfood
Yeah.
blend added, Lisa? Can you read through that?
So the superfood on the greens, honey?
Yeah, there's like the noni, the moringa. What's all in that?
Mm.
Okay, superfood is, yes, that, oh, when you sent that moringa, that was amazing, Nicole.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's going to be green.
yeah, that's green. And then noni, and then ace, how do you say that?
Aceola.
Ace,
Oh, acai berry.
acai. Yes, I didn't know how to say that. Mangosteen, and oh yeah, there is goji. There it is. Goji fruit powder, it says. So
So
Go ahead.
what I love, you know, when it comes to ingredients and we have trouble reading names, we assume that means that they're not good for us, right? Like if you read the label of the box of cereal or ice cream that you're eating. But the cool thing about this is those things that are hard to pronounce mean that they come from places of the world where these things are really exotic and they're grown in their natural habitat. And the thing that is just across the board with all those ingredients is that they're really high in antioxidants and they're going to serve our body in really amazing ways. So for the month of February, we're just going to be focusing on nutrition. So all of us are just going to come together and compile all of our education about nutrition. We're going to partner with doTERRA's 21-day challenge. And I'm just going to be honest with you. I have a goal and I'm super excited about the protein because I'm at the weight that I want to be, but now I want to get strong. And I know I don't eat enough food to produce that type of response in my body when I lift weights or do whatever. So my goal is to get fit and to get active and to get my stamina levels up. So when it does warm up, I can ride bikes with my kids and go for longer walks and hikes and stuff. Lisa, what's your nutritional goal in February?
Yes, so it's the same. I've been working with a personal trainer for, I think I'm going on my 4th month. I love him, but he has been watching my nutrition. And he said, when you get to be my age, and I'm in my late 50s, I'm going to turn the corner pretty soon into a different number, but I have not been able to maintain my muscle mass. So even though I'm lifting weights and working out all the time, it's not being maintained. And he said, your problem is protein. Every time I look at your nutrition, Lisa, you might be getting 20 grams. You need between 60 and 80 grams of protein. Well, you guys, that's a lot of food. And see, my problem is I don't like to eat. He says, eat 1,200 calories. And every time I turn it in, I'm 200 calories short. So one day, this last week, just one day, I made it to perfect. I had perfect protein. I had perfect. And he's like, yay. He said, how was that? And I said, it was a lot of food. It was just, So I'm really looking forward to having the protein powders and stuff, but food isn't my thing. It's not my go-to. When I get stressed, I stop eating. And I eat the wrong kind of fat when I do eat. I kind of eat like a bird, but I eat the wrong thing. So my goal is to build the muscle. And I also believe when you get enough protein, you start burning. And my goal is to get rid of a wee muffin top that has been sitting there for way too long. So that's what I'd like to see happen in February.
Awesome. So we don't have a ton of details about what's to be expected. A challenge sounds a little scary. Don't worry, we're not going to like force you to do something. It's really just a place for you to learn, kind of tap into your own desires when it comes to your nutrition, and just what can you do to just slightly make some changes to push the needle forward in that area. Because we're in the business of helping people feel better, whether it's using essential oils or encouraging you to eat better or to move your body more. And so that's really the focus. And then I'm going to go ahead and just tease you guys for March. We're going to be talking about spring cleaning, and we're going to talk about supporting our immune system as we move into March and into the spring weather. So while we've been doing the 8-week continuing education series, we kind of have some fun ideas to mix it up this spring. And so that's what we're going to be doing. So Lisa, I'm going to let you take it away to give the
Yes.
business chat. I'm going to dodge
Yes.
off because I got to go get back to work.
That's great. And as Jennifer goes, the other thing that I'm going to invite all of you to do is, if you are enrolled and you want to participate in this 21-day nutritional challenge and getting healthy, you're going to need some products. So I'd like you to get with the person who invited you and have them help you to get the daily nutrition kit, because you're going to need that. And if you're not enrolled with us, because many of you will be watching this replay, please reach out to that person. We have enrollment kits that come with huge benefits when you get the new line that doTERRA is offering. So you get 3 new oils, you get On Guard foaming hand wash. I think there's all kinds of really neat things that will come along with it. And from Lisa, here's the surprise. So you saw Kim say, this is my suitcase, right? Anybody who purchases and decides to come on board with the nutrition, and you do it between now and I'm going to set a deadline of next Wednesday, I will fill this little case with those emotional oils that Kimberly just shared with you. So that will
Isn't
be
the kit,
in addition
isn't
to,
that kit 10% off until the end of January?
it is right now, it is 10% off through the end of January. Now, the one thing that I want you to know is there are no individual pieces at this time, except for potentially the protein. doTERRA had such an overwhelming response that the individual parts won't be back until the middle of February. So, and besides, if you're going to do the healthy challenge and the nutrition with us, you're going to need all of these things. And so if you get these, they'll have to come in a kit right now. Okay. All right. So anybody who would like to stay and hear about how to become a sharer or learn a little bit about the business, please hang with me. The rest of you, I want to thank you so much. Yes, Nicole? Yes.
Jennifer had to go, but she wanted to add that everyone's going to be getting an email from her with more details about what we talked about today. And you'll also be getting some bonus content of something called a Slim and Sassy wrap that she's going to send out. So you're all going to get that bonus content in email. So be looking for that.
She's actually going to model it for us, so you can look for her tummy if you like. Yeah. But anyway, for anybody else, you are free to go. I want to thank you so much for being with us. I'm looking forward to continuing these webinars in the spring. I hope that you'll invite friends back, and look forward to that. And anybody who wants to stay, I'm just going to give you a couple of minutes and we'll go into the business presentation. Okay? So thank you. And so far, I'm seeing a lot of lovely faces that are going to
You know,
stay.
Jennifer said we haven't organized it yet, but we are doing some sort of support group of a sort, right, for the 21-day challenge.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. In fact, Kimberly, I didn't want to put you on the spot while we had everybody on, but basically, I was hoping you could be our emotional person, because I know that what Emily said was this challenge is going to require that we cut out flour, bread, and sugar.
Yep.
So, yeah.
All right. I got my emotions book. I'm ready.
Yeah, I would love to have you be the person that does that in the support group. So again, we're not sure where we're going to be hosting this yet. A lot of people aren't on Facebook. A lot of people are mass exodusing from Facebook. So we're trying to find a separate platform, an app or something. So we'll get those details to you. So, okay. It looks like Elizabeth, it looks like you want to stay and hear about it. Would you like that? Okay. All right.
I'm sorry, I was muted.
That's okay. I saw your mouth that time say yes. That was awesome. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and hit my present button. Here we go. Oh, I have our picture over here. Present. And I am going to move us over into the corner. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I always have us like in the middle. Okay, so this presentation is called The Joy of Sharing Oils. So why doTERRA? Why now? We are the largest essential oil company in the world. We are the most tested, most trusted oils on the market. We are used by doctors and hospitals worldwide. We are ethically and sustainably sourced. That's probably one of my favorite things about doTERRA, ladies and gentlemen, if there are any gentlemen listening. We use the farmers, or not use the farmers, that was the wrong word, work with the farmers directly, and we pay them what they're worth. There is a group of people who go in and they call them coyotes. And what they are is middlemen between the farmer and an essential oil company. And over the years, the farmers have been sorely taken advantage of and not paid a fair wage. And it's been like a dog eat dog out there. doTERRA doesn't do that. We work directly with the farmers. We even work at setting up co-ops. We bring in schools and just all kinds of things. Water in Haiti, they didn't have water. Anyway, I just gush over that, over what we do as a company to make the quality of life for the people who do the work better. So 120 plus markets are open. Our compensation plan is genius. We have a high retention rate of 65% customer loyalty. We are a privately owned company, and we have an incredible ownership team. I love that. Not just one guy at the top, a CEO, but actually a team of people that work together to produce the best quality oils in the world. And we are debt-free with no outside funding. And this is some of the team. Some of them are here. Their faces are with us. I love this picture. It's just my favorite. Questions you may have. How do I make money? How much time is involved? And could this work for me? Also, what is the next step? How do I make money? So we sample, we teach, we enroll, and we support. Income potential. So you can pay for your product at these ranks down here. You may have heard Kimberly mention that she's a premier in doTERRA, and she should be making around $939 a month. And that helps her pay for her product. Kimberly is an entrepreneur with us. So her goal is to actually bring in a secondary income. And Kim, is it eventually to, make a big enough income that Tim can retire? And yes, so she has that well on the way, and it's
I
entirely
want to help pay
possible.
off our mortgage.
Yes, excellent. Okay. And so the next one would be the silvers and the golds, where they supplement their income. Now, I think for some of you, people who live in Georgia, etc., $4,875 a month is a lot, I've been told, in that area. It really depends on where you live. Ami, Elizabeth, and I, and Gail, who is still here, we live in California. So that is supplemental income, right? But after that, you get to platinum, which most of the time, that's been my rank this last year, but I have been diamond as well. And my checks when I'm diamond run between $16,000 and $18,000 a month. And you guys, it's just me. I'm just a regular person who loves people and has gotten involved in helping people improve their life, as well as, you know, physically, emotionally, spiritually, and finding out what they've been created to be and then to do. So some of my passions are helping an orphanage in, where do I help them? Uganda. Sorry. And Kimberly, I think, also helps people in Uganda. Is that correct? Kimberly, you have an orphanage in Africa that you support.
Congo. It's a tutoring
Congo.
center. Mhm.
Okay, yes. So mine is babies who have lost their parents to AIDS. AIDS is a really huge deal in Uganda. And it's been such a blessing to be able to help them. They've built a house in the last year. It's amazing. Another passion that I have is to see children released from sex trafficking and child slave labor. And doTERRA works with Operation Underground Railroad. And there's another group called Exodus Cry, in case you want to look into those groups, but those are heavy on my heart. I love children, and what has been done to them in our country and all over the world is just horrific. So I want to make a difference. Finally, diamond, blue diamond, presidential diamond. You can see that a presidential diamond makes $104,000 a month. Can you imagine? A month. And we know these people. Okay. So how much time is involved? I want my oils paid for. It's 3 to 5 hours a week. I want to supplement my income 5 to 15 hours a week. I want to replace my income 15 to 30 hours a week. And that's what I have been doing. Oops, pushing the wrong button. Sorry. Could this work for me? Are you passionate about oils? Do you love people? Can you follow a system and get things done? What is the next step? Do you have a wholesale account? If the answer is yes, you would upgrade and set up a 100 PV LRP. If the answer is no, get with the person that invited you, choose a kit, and get your LRP set up. Reach out for help. We will plug you into all of our training and resources. And start making your list and sample everyone. This is so much fun. And it is. It's amazing when you get an oil on somebody and they're like, what? It works. Like, was it Jennifer sharing that earlier, or was it you, Kim? Yeah, it was so good.
Yes.
So finally, the only thing keeping you from what you want is your story about why you can't have it. So there you go. Thank you, Elizabeth. And you can get back to Ami because I know that she invited you. And Gail, it was wonderful to have you here. Even though I didn't hear your voice, I know you probably have earbuds in and you were hanging out doing another thing. That's my thought. So thank you. Thank you, Kim. Thank you, Ami, for helping me out today. And you will receive an email. And the next thing will be February and working on our nutrition and our goals. Okay. All right. Bye, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.